I'm Miranda, and I'm a transfer student here at UC Davis.
And I'm Aries, and I'm also a transfer student here at UC Davis.
And we have a question for you. Are you a transfer student?
Have you been feeling a little lost here at UC Davis, looking for help?
Well, come follow us, and we'll show you something cool. Life can be a bit crazy here as a transfer student at UC Davis, and although the school does a lot for us, it can still be kind of overwhelming.
That's why we have two important resources for you guys to check out here at UC Davis if you're a transfer student. Hey, why don't you go show our friends? You show them the first one, I show them the second one.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go. All right, follow me and we'll go check out the first resource. All right, everyone. Today we have Logan Ueno, the 2022 to 2023 transfer representative here at UC Davis. Logan?
Hi everyone, I'm Logan. As Miranda said, I serve as the transfer student representative here at UC Davis, and I represent and advocate for transfer students, reentry students, student parents, as well as veteran students here on campus to make sure their voices are heard within on campus as well as throughout the UC system.
That's really cool, Logan. So what are some of the specific, more specific things that you do here as a transfer representative?
Sure, so one of our recent projects that we did was going to Sacramento to kind of advocate and speak with elected representatives. So we're advocating for more disability centers on campus as well as more funding to help with case managers to kind of help, as well as increasing funds for basic needs, as well as expanding stuff for student parents as well, just because there's not a lot of representation or a lot of resources that are available for them.
It's really nice hearing that the school does so much for our students. What other programs are you working on or have worked on for transfer students?
Sure, so one of the things that my office is currently doing is we're trying to help student parents with minimum progress requirements. Currently, there's not a lot of leeway or flexibility for student parents to get this waiver of minimum progress, and that, if they don't meet these requirements, they have the possibility of losing their financial aid and loss of enrollment. And we want to make sure that as a student they have the ability to get an education here at UC Davis, and we're working with the SDC, and we'll be meeting them sometime next week to kind of plan out next steps to kind of make sure they're being represented and they get that waiver if they need it.
I think that situation is definitely something that a lot of transfer students struggle with or worry about. So it's great that you're trying your best, and the school is trying their best to try to get that weight off of a lot of transfer students' shoulders. Yeah, that's awesome. And for your experience at UC Davis, what was your experience like as a transfer student?
So I met most of my friends last year living at the Green. It was a very nice, vibrant community that I was able to meet, and I met most of my friends that way. And from there, even though I don't live at the Green anymore, and most of them don't as well, it's still nice seeing them around campus, getting to catch up with one another when we have the time. I know we're all college students, so we're all running around, being busy, but it's always nice to stop and see them and catch up, even if it's for 5 minutes here on campus. The community here is just so vibrant.
I agree, it really is. And I have seen you a few times on campus as well. We both lived at the Green together.
Yes.
Yeah. See, small world, small town, yeah. And finally, if you could go back to when you first started out as a UC Davis student, what would you tell all the folks out there? What advice would you give?
Take any chance you have, because you're only here for a finite amount of time. You want to live your life. I do tell my friends that we do live in YOLO County, so YOLO it.
Yeah, I definitely agree, and there's so much to do in Davis, you guys, and there's so many opportunities, so I second that. Is there any final last words that you would like to say to everyone before?
I do think, if you value something that's worthy of advocating for, advocate for greater change, because, as transfer students, we are sort of a marginalized community here on campus and throughout the UC system. So being able to be the megaphone for transfer students has been really insightful, but also has helped me learn so much.
Well, thank you so much for sharing with us today, Logan, and it was really nice seeing you again. Now, on to Aries,
where we have the Transfer and Reentry Center. Let's meet a good friend of mine who works at the Transfer and Reentry Center. All right, Aggie. Aggies. We're here at the Transfer and Reentry Center, and we're here with Hattie. Hattie, what do you do here as a transfer advisor?
Hi, yeah, so here at the Transfer and Reentry Center, I'm the primary advisor for all transfer students here at the university. I support them by providing general non-academic advising and holistic support, which means support for the whole student. And we just seek to help them out through their journey here at UC Davis and all of the challenges that accompany the unique transfer experience.
That's dope, y'all. What programs do the Transfer and Reentry Center offer to help transfer students?
Yeah, so we provide a variety of programming here at the center. First of all, advising, like I mentioned. Second, we have welcome events at the beginning of fall quarter and sometimes winter and spring quarter as well. We also provide quarterly workshops for transfer students that seek to meet social, academic, and community needs for our population. We provide referrals to other on-campus resources as well as scholarships specific to the transfer and reentry population.
Are you a transfer student yourself?
I am, yes.
Where from?
So I transferred from Sac City, American River, and Folsom Lake College to the Los Rios School District in Sacramento.
That's local talent, y'all. What has your experiences as a transfer student here at UC Davis been like?
I think at first it was really difficult. Part of that was I was coming in right after COVID, and so I didn't really have an opportunity to make a lot of connections like a lot of students do when they first get here on campus. I think there are a lot of unique challenges to being a transfer student, and the Transfer and Reentry Center really supported me through my time here and brought me that community that I really longed for.
That's real. And if you can go back to when you first started out here at UC Davis and give yourself a piece of advice, what would that piece of advice be?
Yeah, I think that I would just tell myself really take advantage of the resources available to you on campus and look into what is provided for you. There's so many amazing opportunities that are just here for us, and a lot of the time I think that it's hard to look for those, but once you actually get involved, it's really worth it.
All right, Aggies, you heard it here first from the Transfer and Reentry Center. Thank you, Hattie, for the interview. I appreciate it.
Of course, yeah.
All right, we'll see you guys.
See you later.
As you can see, there are so many resources here for transfer students at UC Davis.
And if you want access to any of these resources, click this link below and you can definitely find them.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
I hope that these resources that we have brought to you will be a boon for you during your experience here at UC Davis.
Because if there's one thing that you should remember, you're not alone.
I'm Aries.
And I'm Miranda, and stay tuned for all things Aggie.